Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss the topic physical fitness and its components. Many people think that physical fitness is only necessary for the people who are participating in sports. But we have to realize that a minimum level of physical fitness is necessary for the common people too, especially for doing the daily activities like running, jogging, carrying or lifting weights. So, do you know what is physical fitness? Physical fitness is an ability of a person to complete the daily task without any fatigueness, and he have the capacity to meet the emergency situations if any. Clear? So we all know physical fitness is important for us, but do you know how it's important? Now let's check what are the importance of physical fitness in our daily life. So physical fitness changes our lifestyle or the way of life, and the physical fitness can add more years to one's life. That means it can increase our lifespan. Next is the physical fitness can improve one's mental stability. A physically fit person can deal the stress situations very easily. And the research indicates that a child who includes physical activity in his early lives, then he can remain active in his future. Next point is the physical fitness can also boost our self confidence and it can increase the resistance against the diseases. So, these are the main importance of physical fitness in our daily lives. Now, we'll discuss the components of physical fitness. Mainly, there are five components of physical fitness. They are strength, speed, endurance, flexibility, and coordination. I repeat, strength, speed, endurance, flexibility, and coordination. What do you mean by strength? Strength is an ability to overcome a resistance or to act against a resistance. Or we can say that it's an amount of force a muscle or a muscle groups can exert. So that's about strength. Next is speed. Speed is an ability to cover more distance in a minimum of time. Or simply we can say that speed is an ability to execute movements with greater speed. Next component is endurance. Endurance is an ability of a person to do the activities for a longer duration, or it's an ability to sustain in an activity. Next component is flexibility. Flexibility is an ability to do an activity at wider range of movements without any internal resistance. So flexibility is the movements around the joints. Is it clear? And the last component is coordination. Coordination is an ability to do a group of movements with better quality and effect. So these are the five components of physical fitness: strength, speed, endurance, flexibility, and coordination. Is it clear? Next, we will discuss the physiological factors determining these components. First, we can discuss the physiological factors determines strength. The first physiological factor is muscle cross section. Muscle cross section indicates the size of a muscle. A bigger and a larger muscle can contribute or can generate more force. So the size of muscle can be increased or improved through proper strength training programs. Second point is muscle fiber spectrum. A muscle consists of muscle fibers. There are mainly two muscle fibers in our body. One is fast twitch muscle fiber and one is slow twitch muscle fiber. Fast twitch muscle fiber can contract faster and it can generate more force. So the high percentage of fast twitch muscle fiber can increase our strength. Next point is coordination. We already discussed that coordination is an ability to do a group of movements together with better quality and effect. So we need a good coordination between the muscles and within the muscle groups to increase the strength. The last point is energy supply. This is a common point for all these components. The energy supply is very important for all these activities. The high rate and amount of energy supply is necessary for our muscle contractions. And this is mainly obtained through the breakdown of phosphogen system, that is ATP and PC systems. So the high rate and amount of energy supply can be increased through the training programs. So these are the four physiological factors which determine strength. Now we'll discuss the physiological factors which determines speed. First point is mobility of nervous system. A quick and faster muscle contraction will possible only by the help of nervous system. Nervous system helps to contract and relax the muscles at faster rate and effectively. The second point is muscle composition. Muscle composition means the muscle fibers that we already discussed, that fast twitch muscle fiber can contract at faster rate, and the high percentage of fast twitch muscle fibers can contribute the faster activities. Third point is explosive strength. Quick and explosive movements are possible only through the help of explosive strength. And this explosive strength is further depends on the muscle composition, muscle size and muscle coordination. I repeat, muscle size, muscle coordination and muscle composition. And these three factors can be improved through the proper training methods. The fourth point is flexibility. We know flexibility is a wider range of movements. We can do the activities or we can do the movements at faster rate if there is no internal resistance. And flexibility is definitely a factor here, because flexibility allows us to do the movements at greater amplitude without any internal resistance. And the last factor is biochemical reserves. It means the energy supply. The high rate and amount of energy supply is necessary for the fast movements. So we need a high rate and amount of ATP and PC system for doing the fast activities like sprints. So these are the factors which determines the ability speed. The next ability is endurance. Now let's discuss about endurance. The very first point is aerobic capacity. Do you know what is aerobic capacity? Aerobic capacity is an ability to do an activity for a longer duration with the presence of oxygen or with the continuous supply of oxygen. And this aerobic capacity is further depends on the three factors, where oxygen intake, oxygen transport and oxygen uptake. I repeat, oxygen intake, oxygen transport and oxygen uptake. Oxygen intake means the amount of oxygen that can be taken by the lungs from the atmosphere. Next is oxygen transport. It means the amount of oxygen that can be taken into the blood from the lungs and has to be transported to the working muscles. Clear? Then oxygen uptake. The amount of oxygen that can be absorbed and consumed by the working muscles from the blood is called oxygen uptake. So, we discussed about oxygen intake, oxygen transport and oxygen uptake. Oxygen intake means the amount of oxygen that can be taken by the lungs from the atmosphere. Oxygen transport means the amount of oxygen taken into the blood from the lungs. And oxygen uptake means the amount of oxygen that can be consumed or absorbed from the blood. The second point is lactic acid tolerance. The production of lactic acid will be increased along with the physical activity. The accumulation of lactic acid can cause the fatigueness. So we must have the capacity to tolerate the higher concentration of lactic acid. Last point is muscle composition. Here we need a higher percentage of slow twitch muscle fibers because it contracts slowly but for a longer duration. Is it clear? So we discussed about the physiological factors that determines our endurance ability. Next is flexibility. Flexibility is movements around the joints. Let's look into the factors. First is muscle strength. We all need a minimum muscle strength to make the movements possible, and the weaker muscles will resist our movements. Next is joint structure. Joints are the place where two or more bone ends are joined. We have different joints in our body and they have different movements. For example, the shoulder joint has greater mobility when compared to our elbow and knee joint. Next is stretchability of muscles. Muscle stretchability is very important in flexibility. Movements are possible only by the muscle contraction, and the antagonist muscle have to be stretched. Antagonist muscle means the muscles just opposite to this contracting muscle. So we need a stretchability of muscles for doing the flexibility exercises. Last point is coordination. We should have a good coordination between the muscles and within the muscles to perform the flexibility exercises, especially the dynamic flexibilities. So that's about the flexibility, and this coordination can contribute a quality and effective movements. Is it clear? So today we discuss the physical fitness, its important and its components. I hope it's clear for you all. So be fit and stay healthy. Thank you.